The plans get canceled. You text back, no worries. The second you put the phone down, your whole body exhales, like the house got bigger. If you know that exhale, you're not alone. Here's what nobody tells you, that relief isn't your personality. It's a setting. Psychology has a name for it. The default solitude script, a rule your nervous system learned young and never updated. Psychology used to call people like you shy or introverted. New research says something stranger. Your nervous system learned that being alone was safer than being with people. By the end of this, you'll know whether you chose your solitude or whether it chose you. It starts somewhere specific. In 1969, psychiatrist John Bowlby studied children separated from their parents during the war. They stopped reaching for comfort, not because they didn't need it, because they'd learned it might not come. Bowlby called what they built instead an internal working model, a private map of what other people will do. If your map says people are unpredictable, solitude stops being lonely, it starts being smart. 1. Home you couldn't predict. Maybe one parent was warm on Tuesday and a stranger on Wednesday. Maybe love came with a temperature you had to read before walking in the door. Psychologists call this insecure attachment, closeness wired to risk. Mary Ainsworth found in 1978 that roughly 40% of children built this insecure map, not from crisis, but from ordinary daily unpredictability. Your nervous system did the math. If people are weather, indoors is safer. Think about who set the temperature at home. Same face every day, or did it shift? You built an indoor life to survive the weather, but the weather followed you in. What about the parents who simply weren't there? 2. Emotions that nobody saw. This one leaves no marks. You weren't hit, you weren't yelled at. Your feelings met a blank face every time. Psychologists call it emotional neglect. The wound with no story. It wasn't even named as a distinct concept until the 1990s, and most adults who carry it still can't find the word. A kid who learns that sadness gets no answer doesn't stop being sad. They stop bringing it to people. They bring it to their room instead. Think about the last time something hurt. Did you find someone or close the door? That room learned to do a job a person was supposed to do. Being capable becomes a trap that way. But armor keeps the good out too. So what does a nervous system trained for war do when the war is over? 3. Independence. That was really survival. Look at you now. You handle things. You don't ask. People call you strong, low maintenance, the one who has it together. But self-reliance for a child who learns, I can only count on me, isn't a choice. It's armor that never came off. Ainsworth found roughly 15% of children had caregivers who were steadily unavailable. The upside is real. You're genuinely capable. The cost is quieter. Asking for help feels like handing someone a weapon. When did you last ask without apologizing first? Armor is still armor, even when it fits. 4. People who feel like too much. There's a mechanism underneath this with a name almost no one uses. Stephen Porges called it neuroception. Your nervous system scanning every face, every voice, for safe or dangerous, before you've formed a single thought. A childhood on alert keeps that scanner running hot. So, a crowded room isn't boring to you. It's work. The scanner never got the memo that you moved. Here's the other thing. Some of you were born this way. In 1996, Elaine Aron named it sensory processing sensitivity. Roughly 1 in 5 people born with a nervous system that registers everything louder, no wound required. So the question was never really whether you like being alone. It's whether being close feels like threat or rest. 5. The person who can't sit in a silent house, filling every gap with a podcast, a text, a someone, dreading an empty evening. You think you're nothing alike, you're identical. One of you learned people are dangerous and left. The other learned that being without people is unbearable and clung. Same wound, opposite exits. Ainsworth found the split was roughly half and half. For every child who pulled in, another pushed out. Which one are you? Both of you are still answering a question from when you were 6. Some of you are thinking, this lets everyone off the hook. It doesn't. Naming the setting isn't an excuse. It's how you find the switch. Did you choose it or did it choose you? Psychologists call it chosen versus default. 2 people in the same empty room for entirely different reasons. Most never stop long enough to ask which one they're in. Default is invisible. It just feels like you. Don't take this and beat yourself with it. Some of your solitude is real rest. Some of it is genuinely who you are, sensitivity and all. This isn't about deciding you're broken. It's about noticing whether you walked into that quiet room or fled into it. Chosen solitude feels like a full breath. You leave the party and come back to people, warmer. A default solitude feels like relief that never quite turns into joy. A door you keep shut because opening it still costs too much. Your nervous system isn't betraying you. It learned what was safe in a place you no longer live. That lesson kept a child intact. You're not that child anymore. Now that you can see the setting, you get to decide whether it still runs you. Next time the plans cancel and your body exhales, you'll know which voice spoke. Want to see the same wound land between two people? One who pulls away, one who won't let go. That one's already up. Subscribe so the next one finds you. We don't just describe people, we decode them.